Irreverent, entertaining, cool. You're listening to LA Talk Radio.
You're listening to Peace Fund Radio with Ethan Dettenmaier and Adrian Paul, right here on LA Talk Radio.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. This is Peace Fund Radio. Did you get that? Was that good?
I got that. That was fantastic. You know, I wish I actually had that to put on this Christmas benefit album.
You see,
back when we were
it probably
recording
would have
it.
sold a lot better.
Well, since it just went live and it's selling pretty good, that's debatable at this point. But we'll do sort of data mining on that next year when we get ready to do it again.
Yeah. Did you get that? That was
my.
my
I have to
bluesy
say
feel.
the audio clips of you on this charity record are actually quite fantastic, and I'll be playing some of those. Your outtakes are on it too.
You keep threatening.
No, I mean, you know, I was going to play it last week. I mean, it seemed a little more appropriate to get past Halloween, and now that we're here, that album and Adrian's outtakes are now available on CD, baby, if you search A Combat Radio Christmas, benefiting social services and our annual Christmas event for homeless children. And Adrian's outtakes are well worth the money. I promise you, you will not be disappointed.
Thank you so much.
It's like a clip from The Simpsons.
Oh, God.
Rather brilliant. You should do more voiceover work.
Yeah.
All the audio clips on it are pretty imaginative and fantastic. The music on it's good, too. But your clips, your outtakes are some of my favorites.
Well, let me put it like this. I think the cause is great, you know, and it's about making kids' wishes come true pretty much at Christmas time. Mm-hmm. And that's what we're going to talk about today. It's you know, making a wish is a nice thing, but it reaches far beyond a single event or a moment. Kids, parents, medical professionals, volunteers, and others say that wish experiences can change the lives of everyone involved forever. And we actually have a guest in the studio this morning who has been here once or twice before, once in the flesh. Is one of our past heroes of the week. He's a award-winning songwriter, singer, musician, actor, recording artist. All these things and he debuted his 11-song LP album entirely written and co-written by him in August 2012, just 2 weeks before his very old age of 12. Dalton Cyr, good morning.
Good morning, how are you doing?
I'm good. So how old are you now, Dalton? 15?
I'm 14.
14. 2 years ago, he released his first album, recently moved to Los Angeles under new management of Kepler Entertainment. How's that going?
Oh, it's going absolutely fantastic. I've been meeting so many amazing people, doing wonderful things, meeting record labels, doing tons of acting. It's just fantastic.
Well, I'm glad to see that. Somebody in Los Angeles is having a fabulous time. You know, it's because a lot of people don't. You know, they come here with a big dream and then it goes south.
Yeah, so I'm
don't.
definitely very, very grateful that things are going so well here. Grateful for the team. Everyone's helping me out so much. It's really, really awesome.
That's good. That's good. And how long have you been here now?
I've been here since August.
Since August?
Straight since August, because I've been going back and forth for years. But I've been here, like, all the time.
You decided to make the jump, huh?
Making the jump.
But one of the big things for you is charity, which is where we originally talked about, a while back. You were named National Ambassador for the Dream Factory, a national wish-granting organisation that grants dreams to critically and chronically ill children aged 3 to 18. It's the largest national organisation to grant dreams to chronically ill children, which is what we were talking about before, which was about wishes. I just want you to sort of mention why and how that's going and what you're doing for them.
Well, it's going fantastic. Recently, I did a Dream Factory tour in New York. I got to perform at hospitals and for kids, and it was absolutely fantastic. I've done a lot of hospital work, and that's really, really rewarding. So it was wonderful for me to be able to go in there and perform for all the kids. It was, like I said,
do you get fans from them too afterwards?
Yes. I'll have people contact me on social media afterwards, telling me how great it was. I'll have people's parents contact me, do the whole social media thing, and it's really great. Makes me feel all warm and fuzzy.
Makes Ethan feel warm and fuzzy inside too when he does his events. Although he's more like a big bear rather than like a cuddly teddy toy. You've actually got. I actually wanted to. We were going to possibly open one. You've got a song called "Upside Down" that you recently re-released, didn't you?
Yes, I re-released "Upside Down" yesterday. So that's out on CD Baby, and you guys can go get that one by searching up Dalton Cyr "Upside Down." I'm also doing a contest for the release of "Upside Down." I'm also releasing a music video for "Upside Down" sometime this week. The contest is free to do. You can go on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, post a picture that's either you hanging upside down, something you like upside down, anything upside down, with the hashtag upside down for Dalton with the number 4, and you'll automatically be entered in the contest. If you still want to do that contest, you have 9 days to do it, and then afterwards, from the 15th to the 23rd of November, you can get your friends and family to vote for your picture, and whatever has the most votes will win.
You know what I think is going to be really important? Can we get a sample of it, here?
Yeah,
because
sure.
I think that's what will get people excited. Don't do the whole thing, because otherwise you're just they'll download it and they won't buy it. So just do like a minute of the song, and I think that might just get us a bit jazzed up here.
Yeah. All right.
So this is Dalton Cyr. Upside Down is the single, and you're only going to get a piece of it because we'll cut you off if you don't. Okay, Dalton.
All right. Running through my thoughts every single day. You're the best girl I know in every way. Heart's pumping fast, I can't say a word. I try hard to ask, but girl, you turn my whole world upside down. I wanna scream it all over town. I don't know how to say, yeah. Girl, when I'm with you, it's a holiday, because I'm upside down.
There you go. You got a little bit of an entry on that one. That was really cool, dude.
Thank you
I like
so
that.
much.
I might even buy it.
You should buy it.
I should buy my Christmas album. Oh, sorry, your Christmas album. But look, the one thing also is that it's very important to understand why you do this, because obviously music has a really great effect on kids that are ill and are in critical conditions like that. I mean, improved health status is one of the things professionals who treat kids, including nurses and doctors, they believe that the experience can improve a child's physical health. Have you found that to be the case? Have you seen that? Have you heard about anything that happened like that?
Yes, I have. I know personally, because as a musician, I'm always surrounded by music. I find that when I'm in distress emotionally or anything like that, when I go to music, I know that helps me. And I've seen that when I perform at hospitals. Like I said on social media, I've definitely had people come and tell me that their kid's doing so much better, or their kid has so much more optimism about their whole situation, and that's just fantastic.
Well, I was actually looking at, it's also when you have a wish granted. I mean, if it's a kid that, is a fan of yours or a fan of somebody's, and somebody comes and plays, even if it's somebody they might not know very well, eventually they might know you better because they've heard your music. These kids are willing to comply with difficult but vital treatment that, parents and medical professionals alike describe as a frequent turning point in the child's battle for health, for life. So it's very, very important to sort of to do these wishes, and I think what you're doing is fantastic, going to these places. I just want to put we deal with statistics here a lot during the show. A combined 89% of doctors, nurses, and health professionals surveyed say they believe a wish experience can influence wish kids' physical health. So they really do believe it does help. Because, I know I've never been in hospital, sitting in hospital for any extended period of time. I had my knee operation when I was 16, but that was about it. It was like a day or two. But with nobody coming to see you, you're really sick, etc., it must really sort of psychologically change somebody's, state of being.
Yes, definitely. So when you have someone come in and talk to you, speak to you as a friend, not as a patient, not as someone who's sick, just as a friend, then that really it helps a lot. It really raises the optimism level, and that's also very crucial in recovering from things.
But also, it's interesting because you talk about helping those kids, but I think it also helps the parents. It helps the communities, because communities really feel an increased sense of compassion in that, we deal with things in our lives all the time, and to actually have a renewal of faith in humanity sometimes is very important, because there's so many things we have to deal with. Like Los Angeles, it's a place that you have to deal with on a constant daily basis, and sometimes things don't go right for you, and to see things. I know for me personally that when I do charity events, when I visit hospitals or when I see orphans or whatever, I feel like, I'm not so bad. I'm not in such a bad situation, and I think it's good for me to actually it improves my life and my state of mind to actually move forward in life. So I know Ethan does it as well. I mean, obviously you do the homeless drive, which you have at Christmas time, and you go to shelters and stuff. I mean, you've told me you feel the same.
Yeah. I do feel this. Well, you've been to the social service office with me a few times before it burned down. You've got your own personal experience to draw from on that. Yeah,
I mean, obviously, there are children that have dreams. The Dream Factory itself. How long have you been working with the Dream Factory, Don?
Let's see. It was, I think, last summer that I was on tour. I did a East Coast tour, and when I was up in the New York area, I was contacted by a high up of Dream Factory, and then we started the relationship. So I would say maybe a little bit over a year now.
A little bit over a year. Just so that Dream Factory was started in 1980. It began with one all-volunteer chapter in Hopkinsville, Kentucky. Since then, the Dream Factory has grown into the second largest children's wish-granting organization in the United States, granting over 25,000 dreams since its inception, all while maintaining a grassroots approach, which I really like. The Dream Factory continues to operate all 38 of its local chapters with over 5,000 very dedicated volunteers. And I know the importance of volunteers. These volunteers raise funds within their own communities and then use those funds to grant the dreams of local children. Because they do not employ people on a local level, 90% of all money raised by the Dream Factory is used to grant the dreams of critically and chronically ill children. This record of success has been recognized by the Charity Navigator as a 4-star charity, its highest rating. So, granting kids' wishes. And, there's not only kids that are in hospital, but there are other kids such as foster kids. These will, they too will actually benefit from being granted a wish, because foster kids sometimes feel very alone. Have you ever dealt with any foster kids? Any of those kids?
From time to time, it's not what I've done tons of, but yes, I have a certain amount, and it's the same thing, really, because like I was saying, as a patient or being in a hospital, you don't have people coming to see you all the time, and you start to feel that loneliness. And foster kids definitely feel that to a heightened level. So, like I said, just being a friend to them, it's a huge boost.
Well, according to the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, approximately 500,000 kids live in foster care system each year. 500,000. Foster care often includes multiple homes, institutional placements, and sometimes within the same year or even the same month. These are statistics I'm writing out here, ladies and gents. Life in the foster care system is full of ups and downs. It's growing up in just one household throughout childhood is often only a dream. There are children out there who don't have normal childhoods, as Ethan knows. Kids that live in, displaced from their own home, don't live in normal homes. But these foster kids also have a tough time. How do you feel with the kids that you're dealing with, Ethan, that are homeless? How do you see their structure of their life? Is it very different, or?
It can be very similar, but just as much of a cyclone of craziness. You can get through the social service office. You can get something called a venture. You can get vouchered housing, or most of them live in their cars. But it's a very nomadic lifestyle. Many of the homeless people I deal with have just recently become homeless, primarily through economic circumstances. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So they're fairly normal people battling the economic downturn of the economy. But it's pretty nomadic for most of them. They don't know where they're going to stay, park, or sleep.
I think any kid that has a very broken childhood has a very tough road ahead, because they're susceptible to so many different things. They're susceptible to drug, to gang influences, etc., because they don't have the steady guidance of a home, a parent.
That quote you read off about foster kids, that's basically a complete generation of possibly broken people we're going to have to contend with.
Yeah, it is, absolutely. And the child welfare system is actually broken, and it's leaving many children in devastating circumstances. These young adults, I'm looking here, when they age out of the system, they face unemployment, unsteady home environments, and they're left to take care of the world all by themselves, which, again, as I said, has different domino effects, as we've talked about before on the show, about how they actually have to cope with the world and the other influences that come into the world, and how their view of the world is skewed. And I think it's skewed in the wrong direction. Luckily for you, Dalton, you also have a gift, which is, and I think, I was watching actually, where was it? I think I was watching somewhere else. When I was up in Canada, I think there was a man who was homeless, and he was on the side of it, but he had a gift of a voice.
Yeah.
And to have that gift, it means having the platform to be given that gift. And I think, when you are given the platform, and, there's so many of these great shows out there now. I mean, I know we've talked about American Idol and America's Got Talent. I know they've started these shows, and sometimes these shows are very political. They have their agendas, which makes sense because it's about making money, but it also gives people a chance. Some of these kids that are in foster care homes that have been not having had the parent or the guidance, and they have a talent, but they've not been able to. They don't know where to put it. But these platforms have actually allowed them to do this. There was a great one that England's Got Talent. I think Britain's Got Talent. That was the original one. There was this guy that used to work in a car phone warehouse. And he's, I can't remember his name. Somebody else. Is John Bealey there? Because he probably would know his name. Is John there?
He's here.
Is John listening?
I'm here, but I don't know it.
Okay, well, you don't know it.
These shows will expedite you to stardom, but, you can find your platform if you're...
Well, absolutely, and the guy, but he wasn't a young boy. He was, he was probably in his 30s, 40s.
Good for him.
At this time, and they said he was gonna sing. I think it was Pavarotti or something like this.
Really?
And they looked at him and went, okay, right, okay, this is going to be fun. And his voice was astounding. It was opera, and he won the show eventually as the weeks went. But came from Carphone Warehouse. He'd never had the opportunity, and this is what I want to bring down: is having the opportunity to believe you have the opportunity. So when you're given a dream and you're given the wish to do it, you have the belief in yourself to push you forward. Because a lot of the time, if you're in a system, you really don't think you're going to amount to much, especially when you're young, because you've got nobody to push you. So I think what you're doing is very important.
Yeah, I've had a lot of people tell me after I've done performances and stuff that they've been wanting to do either this or that. They've been wanting to be a singer. They've been wanting to be a guitar player or anything for a long time, but they never really reached for it because they never thought they could. And then after I would perform, after I would talk with them, they would tell me that they had the inspiration and the drive that they needed to really go for what they wanted, and that's huge.
Yeah, I think that to me is something really you have to have is belief in yourself. But sometimes that's hard. As we said, life knocks you down. You don't get the chances. You don't believe you're good enough, but you have the talent. So you have to be given the inspiration to do it and give yourself the belief that you can do it. Doesn't mean that if you've got no talent, like I've seen some of the American Idol things go through where people believe they've got this amazing singing voice and they're really bad, which we love watching those because we can't believe that somebody actually believes.
It wouldn't be the first time, though, someone with a terrible voice made a career out of it.
Yeah.
There you go.
See, I could have made a career of that, but I didn't.
Well, that's debatable. But there's been people with challenges. Talent.
Are you saying I'm not challenged? Are you saying I'm challenged? Are you incinerating something?
I'm not saying much of anything.
I'm dying here. Anyway, obviously, John, hello. You're still there with us, right?
Yes, I am. And Dalton, welcome back to the studio. It's always an honor to have you on the show, to hear your music. It's great to have you. Great to have you in the studio again.
Thank you so much. It's so wonderful to be here. See you guys again.
He's got a bit of an Elvis thing going on. I mean, I'm looking at him here. He's got a bit of a almost then when you had it, almost the top lip curled for a second. I was like, oh, so let's.
Well, I wanted to throw out a quick thank you to one of our most loyal listeners, Tyson Saner, who had tweeted the link to Dalton's single on CD Baby. If you go to cdbaby.com, search for Dalton Cyr, CYR, you can find the new version of Upside Down, which is listed as Upside Down 2014 on the mammoth list of singles and recordings that Dalton has available there. And not only is this a re-released version, it is a re-recorded version, totally fresh, totally new, and it sounds incredible. We got to hear the acoustic version here this morning, but Dalton, this studio version it's killer, man. Who produced this?
Well, let's see. I did this recording of Upside Down back on the East Coast in Georgia. Mm-hmm. And it was just a whole blast doing the whole thing because my first album, I still love. I feel that it's my baby, and it's fantastic, but I'm getting older, and so is my music. So just being able to re-record and re-release one of my favorite songs that I've ever written as an older version of me, it's great. I'm showing people my maturing process.
Although it absolutely sounds fantastic. You mentioned earlier that you had a really great team working behind you. I know, Dalton, you're with Kepler Entertainment, which was founded by Alan and Joanne Kepler, both longtime members of SAG-AFTRA, members of the NARAS, National Academy of Recording Artists and Sciences, members of the very prestigious Talent Managers Association. I know that they've gotten you a lot of charity gigs across Los Angeles and Ventura counties. What are some of the other charity gigs that you've done since you've signed up with Kepler?
Well, I recently was a judge for a vocal competition that benefited Brita Cares International, which helps kids, grants wishes to kids who are going through cancer. And that was absolutely amazing. We really all had a great time. We were helping out Brita Cares, which was fantastic. The founding members of Brita Cares even came, and that was fantastic. But it was the first time that I had been
awesome.
I had been a vocal judge, and that was really cool. It was a really cool experience.
So tell me something. You what has driven you? Because obviously you do a lot for kids that are, there are so many different causes in the world. There are education, there is foster care, there's homelessness. Why kids you seem to go for kids that need aid, in a sense, that are sick. Is there a reason for that?
Well, recently and before, but a lot recently, even more so, I've been thinking of how lucky I am, how grateful I am that I've been given this opportunity, that I've been able to meet these amazing people to help me do what I really love and to succeed at it, that I want to be the guy that helps the next person become the best in their industry, the best. I want to be the person who helps someone in the same way that I've been helped. So I feel so appreciative that I've been able to do what I'm doing, and being able to help someone else achieve that, whatever it may be, is one of the most rewarding things on earth.
You see, it's really funny that what you're saying is interesting, because we talk about granting wishes and how somebody that does it to you inspires you to do it to somebody else. Happened to me when I first came to Los Angeles back a couple of years ago. What are you laughing about? It was a couple of years ago. But I was in a printers. And this girl said to me, have you thought about doing this? And blah, blah, blah. And I've got an agent. And I said, why do you want to help me? You trying to pick me up or something? But, because I said, first of all, I said, thank you very much. And I got home and she'd called me on my phone. And I didn't give her my phone number. I said, how'd you get my number? She said, well, I took it off the sign-in sheet on the printers. I said, well, wait a minute. Why are you doing this? She said, because somebody's helped me before. And I just want to reciprocate that favor. People have helped me, so I want to help somebody else. And I think you've got the ability to do that, so I think I'd like to help you. So I think it's very important. I get what you're saying when you say people have helped me and I want to help somebody else. So it's really important that what we're talking about, granting wishes for kids, whether they are ill in hospital or whether they are in the foster system or whether they are homeless, to give them some sort of kick up in life or leg up in life. There's one actually other organisation I want to mention this morning. It's called One Simple Wish, onesimplewish.org. They start to help grant the wishes of children in the foster care system. Each child's wish is posted online, and anyone can pay to make sure that wish comes true, from tangible items such as a bicycle, a varsity jacket, or school supplies, to an experience like music lessons or a trip to the theatre. But for children who have been victims of abuse, neglect and abandonment, something as small as a video game or an experience like a trip to Sesame Place can make the world of difference. Now, I've actually seen this firsthand as well, because we've actually partnered with Kimberly Moore and the Adopt a Letter campaign, which at Christmas time adopts a kid's wish letter. They want a trip to Disneyland. They want something. It might be money for the gas to cook Christmas dinner. And I've seen firsthand what it does to these kids. I'm coughing. But I've also seen how they, in turn, give back as well. Because a lot of these kids that are helped then want to help Kimberly become ambassadors to spread the word about what she's doing and how to help other kids. So it's really important what you're doing, Dalton, to actually grant the wishes of kids that don't have as much luck as you do.
Yes, I just want to throw this in here for anyone who might be listening anywhere else. I'm going to be I'm finalizing plans to do a concert in conjunction with Dream Factory in St. Louis at the South County Mall. We're going to be bringing a bunch of Dream Factory kids. They're all going to be able to do a shopping spree in the mall, courtesy of Dillard's, before the mall opens. And Dream Factory decided that they want to throw me in the mix by having me perform for the kids, the firemen, St. Louis firemen, who are going to be escorting the kids around on their shopping spree, and just other shoppers that are coming in. So I'm going to be able to perform for everyone that's in the mall.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's really, really great. And always doing concerts in conjunction with the Dream Factory, it's always a wonderful experience. And I always meet wonderful people that I can help or just become friends with, and it's great.
Awesome. John, are you there
Yes.
still? Are you? We're at the 11:30 mark, which is approximately the time we talk about Kid Heroes of the Week. Are you?
Yes.
Are you going to bring us one this week?
We do not have a new hero this week, where we've got Dalton in the studio, but today's episode did remind me of a lot of the heroes we've had previously who have done a lot of work in helping fulfill wishes for children. One in particular that I thought of was Risha Shukla. Risha is 18. Since she was only 3 years old, she has consistently been diagnosed with one devastating chronic disease and health condition after another since age 3. Constantly. She's in constant pain. She's constantly undergoing surgeries. She is currently living without 6 of her organs. It's just how sick this girl is. And yet, through all of the pain, through all of the surgeries, she has taken the time to found the Kids Who Care Foundation, which you can find at kidswhocareclub.org. And what they do is they put together care packages, cards. They have a traveling variety show where they go to hospitals and put on shows to cheer up the kids. She has speaking engagements and web seminars all the time. And they also recently built a playroom at a children's hospital in rural India. We also had Kim Adams from Gifts from the Heart for Down Syndrome, which you can find at giftsfromtheheartfordowns.org. Working with her daughter Judy, who has Down syndrome. Judy had the idea that she was going to collect dimes to grant wishes for other children with Down syndrome. She's collected 315,000 dimes. That's $31,500 that they use to help fulfill wishes for children with Down syndrome. And some of the people that they've been able to involve in their wish fulfillment activities is a really unbelievable list. They have set up meetings with children with Reba McEntire, Miley Cyrus, John Travolta, Rascal Flatts, Kenny Chesney. Just the list on her page just goes on and on and on with the celebrities she's been able to contact and set up these incredible wish fulfillment meetings with so many kids. Absolutely fantastic. So, those are some of the other organizations that we've worked with and featured in the past who have done so much incredible work for kids. And two, I also wanted to quickly mention that Danielle, who we had spoken about here a little bit earlier, was named one of CNN's heroes last week. So it's always nice to see, some of these people who are working so hard to give so much to others getting some recognition in return, because it's that recognition that helps get their message out there and to allow them to reach and affect more people, which is one of the reasons that we've always been so excited for Dalton. Because, I keep track, Dalton, of what you're up to. I look at your Facebook, I look at your Twitter, and I can tell you this right now. Anytime that this young man is not on a stage sharing his gift, he is working hard behind the scenes to hone his gift and make it better and to make things better for others. So it's it's always an honor for us to have you in the studio, Dalton. And I think that, one of these days when you're an 80-year-old man looking back on the incredible career that you had, you can not only be proud of all of the work that you did, all of the music that you made and the other entertainment that you created, but for the lives that you touched and the lives that you made better because you took the time to give something back.
Thank you so much. That really means a lot to me, and I'm glad you said something about work, because some people have been thinking that all of this was handed to me on like a silver platter or something, and anything that you really want to do, anything you really want to succeed at, takes work, hard effort. So that's what I've been doing, and spreading the word. I've also showed other people that work is crucial to your succeed. Or
your success.
Your success.
That's what you meant
yes.
to say, right?
Yes.
I've got 2 comments on that. First of all, when you're 80, I'll be dead. Second one, because that's another 64 years, 66 years. That's probably gone by that point. Anyway, the second thing is, you're absolutely right, because there was a study done when they put people that had talent and people that had desire in whatever it was. And I believe they tested it in either football or one of the sports. And they realized that people that had talent that didn't train didn't go as far or didn't become as successful as the people that trained and didn't have as much talent.
Yeah, I showed up as a surprise guest at an elementary school in Florida, and I ended up kids that if you really want something, if you know you want it, if you know that's the thing you'd want to do most in your life, and you don't want to do anything else. If you want it bad enough, then you will work for it, and you will succeed, and the world will see that, and they won't be able to stop you.
But I think, also the thing is that a lot of kids today feel entitled. I see it a lot of the times. Don't worry, I don't need to go work for that because when I come out of school, I get a job. Well, unfortunately, this is where people get knocked down, is that jobs are there, but it depends. It might not be your qualifications that get you that job. And therefore, kids that study in school and believe that they're going to get a job easily when they get out of school might not have that job. They have to really fight for it. You have to fight for everything in this, and then really that's where you climb above the pile. It's like a puppy. I don't know if you've ever had puppies. You look at puppies, when you get like 8 puppies, the one that's getting to the milk first is going to live. That's the one. The one that's pushing the other ones out the way to get there. It doesn't mean you do that, but you have to have the drive. Doesn't mean you have to be pushing people out the way, but you have to have the drive to succeed, and that's what you obviously have, is that drive to succeed and want to improve what you have.
Yeah. Thank you.
So and Dalton, you'd recently returned to Florida to do a benefit concert for a clean water event. Can you tell us a little bit about that one?
Yes. This was my second time performing at a Clean Water Music Fest, which was a concert that benefited Charity Water, which, like the name, it gives water to children and families all over the world who do not have access to clean, pure, healthy water. So that was fantastic. This, like I said, it was my second time doing the Clean Water Music Fest, and we raised over $25,000, so that was amazing.
$25,000, just like that. Gosh, I wish I could raise that much.
And it's awesome too. We've the Peace Fund has done a lot of work lately with Wells Bring Hope, which can be found at wellsbringhope.org. And the charity Dalton just mentioned, Charity Water, can be found at charitywater.org. And it's just so easy to take for granted clean water without thinking about some of the just horrible water conditions that people in various parts of the world have to deal with. We had one young man who had told a story about how he would walk miles and miles and miles every morning just to bring back a little bucket of water that looked like hot chocolate, and it was warm like hot chocolate, but obviously it didn't taste like hot chocolate. And that was the only water that they had access to for his entire family. So again, organizations like this are bringing water and life and hope back to places that have never had it before. It's fantastic.
I think people don't realize in the West a lot of the time how important or what we have as access to clean water, because clean water, when we were doing Wells Bring Hope, the thing that was really shocking was that there is one child every 15 seconds dies from a disease associated to unclean water in this world. 1 in every 15 seconds. And when I was a kid, I know that bottled water wasn't really bottled water. It was like you got it out the tap. But obviously, you think, well, you got water in the rivers, you got water in the sky. Why would we need to buy water? Obviously, it's becoming less and less. In the state of California, we have a drought. Stop leaving your water running through the taps. Fill up the bath less, or don't let the shower run. How do you deal with that, Ethan? Do you have lots of water running in your house?
No, I'm big on conservation.
See, because sometimes I do that when I've got the sink and I'm doing dishes, which I do. My wife makes me do them. I leave the water and I go, oh no, got to turn the water off.
Right.
Because
Smart.
You don't think about it. Sometimes it's just so there. But if somebody in Africa, somebody in a lot of different countries that don't have that access, just literally water coming out of a tap or out of a well is a miracle, and it changes a society. So, it's something that we take for granted, but we can't, because when we don't have it, when we have in situations like Katrina, when Katrina happened and all the water went out in New Orleans, and everybody's standing inside that Thunderdome, and there's no clean water and there's no food, things deteriorated within 2 or 3 days. That was it. So remember that, people. Don't take it for granted, because your children and our society really needs the help.
Right.
Anyway, I've stopped preaching. I'm not going to preach anymore. I had enough preaching. Let's talk a little bit about more. Now, I just want to bring you an update with Peace Fun Games because that's coming up December 6th and 7th at the Paintball Park at Camp Pendleton. Our original first day was going to be 4 collegiate teams. Collegiate teams with 4 players and 1 celebrity. We have now changed that due to the fact that most colleges on the East Coast actually have their finals in the first week of December. So we've actually opened it up to everybody out there. Come and join a celebrity and a pro player on a team, and you might win massive prizes on the very first day. It's going to be. Are
you playing?
Yes, I'll be playing on the first day. Somebody can come on my team. There's going to be a team of 8 people, 1 celebrity, and 1 pro player. So there are going to be like 8 to 10 teams we're trying to get, or 15 teams. We're going to be opening up to businesses. We're going to be opening up to everybody, so you can actually have your business shown there. So you can actually you'll be the team helping the celebrity wage money for that the charity that they support.
How does that work? Are you assigned a celebrity? Do you volunteer to join that platoon?
No, what we're going to do is you sign up, and once you sign up to actually play in the games that day on the Saturday for that amount. We will then do a drawing, much like the NFL do a drawing, as to the celebrities that we have, whether it's Dan Bilzerian, whether it's myself, whether it's...
so you're going to draft...
We're going to draft the celebrities into the teams.
So I could get a team together, in theory.
In theory, you could get a team together.
And we'd have to wait and see who we're drafting to play with. And
yes.
Is that celebrity actually going to be in charge of us?
No, they won't be in charge, but what it will be you will be playing for that celebrity's cause.
Oh, I see.
So in other words, if their cause is... foster homes or whatever. Right. You're playing for that particular cause.
Oh, excellent.
So it's a great way for the public, and we're going to get the army base involved. They're behind us. So we're really all guns are firing at the moment, and we'll be launching that on the Peace Fun Games
website.
Who's
on John Beerley's team?
Well, we don't know yet. John hasn't said he's going to actually come out and make it.
I don't think I can make it out.
Oh, there you go. There you go. So John can't make it. He's just wimping out on us again. I can't believe that. But we're going to have music. We got we're going to have music people, bands playing that day, singers playing. A couple of people have actually said that they are going to donate their time for either the Saturday or the Sunday to come down and play. We've got.
We should ask Dalton if he likes paintball.
Yeah.
I have never played a game of paintball.
Now's your chance.
Well, the interesting thing is that this event is actually for everyone. We're going to we've got kids games. We've got Splat Attack, which is the young kids from 6 to 14 years old can play the Splat, which is a much softer game of paintball. You're going to learn how to play paintball. Girls are going to play it. Professionals are going to play it. It's all going to be mixed up together, and anybody can play. So it's going to be one of those things that you can learn. There's going to be there's going to be food trucks. There's going to be things for you to see. We're going to have can't even think of a marketplace where there will be different stalls. So it's going to be a real interesting type of a day out for everybody to actually view. You can view the celebrities, you can view the games. We have some really interesting. Actually, the fun thing is we actually have our challenges on the first day as well. So if you're not playing in that game, you can go and play the challenges. Now, the challenges are going to have their own separate prizes. We've got the first one, which is called the Tribute. 5 targets with 10 paintballs each. Fastest time versus a celebrity's fastest time wins that prize of the day. Or Flaming Arrow. Flaming Arrow is going to be actually a bow marker, which is going to be at the targets. So, again, the fastest time wins. Or you could play the Gauntlet. The Gauntlet are going to be celebrities behind as snipers, and you've got to run through a maze of obstacles, reach the grenade launcher, which is shaped like a football with an arrow on it, and fire the football and take the sniper out, the celebrity out, and then the fastest team that day wins. The last one is Firestorm. Teams of 2, with 2 markers each. Teams will battle each other, and they will then play for 4 top celebrity teams at the end of the day. So there's loads and loads of stuff to take part in that day. So you can do whichever level you are. If you're a good shot, you can go and play. You don't have to play against somebody else. You can actually go at the targets. So we've got lots of stuff happening.
And so many great celebrities, too. You can check it out at thepeacefundgames.org. Victoria Pratt, Kevin Sorbo, Tyler James Williams, who was excellent on this week's episode of The Walking Dead. So many.
No, Kevin Sorbo's not coming. He can't make it anymore. We have 40 celebrities currently, 38 celebrities, which will be reposted very shortly. Kevin Sorbo can't make it at the moment. And the ones that have confirmed, and we've got ones. What's the funny thing about this is, in our poker event, we had so many. It was difficult to get celebrities. It was hard. Here, they're coming at us like nobody's business. It's something different. Nobody's played it before, like Dalton hasn't played it before. But they're like, we're going to give you a crash course in how to play it. It'll be a fun game to play, and they'll give you an introduction to the sport, because it's a very fast-growing sport, and it's a lot of fun. I've played it a few times, but... Anyway, we're getting to the end of the show now, and I think Ethan, we should talk about your toy drive as well. You got that happening, Ethan, don't you?
I do. Real quick, as you know, we produced a 2-disc celebrity-driven Combat Radio Christmas album to benefit social services that feature many members of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and a lot of the actors, over 110 personalities through this station that have put together some audio clips. And on November 22nd, most of those artists will play parts of that album and their hits live as part of a Christmas benefit concert for social services and a toy drive at the Valencia Town Center on the Christmas stage, where they've built a Rockefeller Christmas Plaza and ice rink. Unbelievable setup. It's a free concert. It features everyone from like the members of Oingo Boingo to some of the members of Blondie to some of the members of the Eurythmics to Beyonce's music director and bass player Divinity Rocks, who's been on the show.
Yeah, she's been here.
Prince's band, bunch of fantastic musicians. It's a free concert. Toy drive. Bring an unwrapped toy valued at $10 to $15. Score yourself a battery of raffle tickets. You're going, right? Aren't you on the red carpet with me that night?
On the 22nd?
Yeah, Saturday 22nd. Debatable with your planning, probably.
Yeah, it's going to be, because I'm also moving house.
I think you got an invitation
next week.
Yeah,
I'm out of my house by the end of next week, so I'm in scrambling mode.
Sorbo will be there.
Oh, will he?
I'm kidding.
We'll have a chat with Sorbo. Anyway.
But it's November 22nd. You can get information on all our social media at Combat Radio on Twitter. It's a free concert. Valencia Town Center, Westfield Valencia Town Center on the 22nd of November. Be a part of a good cause.
Well, I'll try and get there. I'll try and definitely make that. Yeah, Dalton, what's the last thing for you? What are you up to now? And I want another song before you leave. So you can play us out. You're going to have to play us out.
Yeah. All right. So I've been writing a lot, songwriting, and I'm always songwriting. But I recently wrote a Christmas song. It was my first Christmas song that I've written, and we're going to be recording that and releasing it in time for the holidays. It's called Christmas Time with You. Can I do a little bit of it?
Yep, I'll do our ending quote, and I'll cue you into it.
Awesome. And this is a Peace Fund Radio exclusive.
A Peace Fund Radio exclusive. So just to thank all of you out there who have followed us, who are going to come to the Peace Fund Games, because of course you're now going to bring your teams to us, bring your companies, bring your Christmas parties, bring everybody to us. We're going to do it, and it's going to actually support some great charities that we're going to have there, as well as the Peace Fund. In closing, thank you, John, thank you, Ethan, thank you, Beverly, thank you, all the Peace Fund volunteers and those that work behind the scenes for us. A quote from G.K. Chesterton: "The most wonderful thing about miracles is that they sometimes happen." This is Adrian Paul and Ethan Dettenmaier, and now this will be Dalton Cyr with his Christmas song.
Christmas morning, snow's falling all around my heart. I put your present under the tree, but no one's here but me. I remember being under the mistletoe, but now that you're gone, I long to feel that way. We used to laugh and sing and celebrate, but now that you're gone, I can't carry on. I want to go back and spend Christmas time with you. 'Tis the season for believing, not when you're alone. I
dream about you again and again. No, I just can't let you go. I remember being under the mistletoe. Now that you're gone, I long to feel that way. We used to laugh and sing and celebrate, but now that you're gone, I can't carry on. I want to go back and spend Christmas time with you. Now that you're gone, I long to feel that way. We used to laugh and sing and celebrate, but now that you're gone, I can't carry on. I want to go back and spend Christmas time with you. With you.